So the conversation surrounding the quote unquote death of sneaker culture is really interesting, but I think there's a lot of things that are at play simultaneously, and I want to try to address as much as I can. My name is Armond WakeUp, and this is a Kairos Moment centered in model ministry. I'm going to just speak directly to it. The answer is no, it's not dead, not by a long shot, but there's a lot of different things going on right now. Let's first address the resellers and resell culture. And first and foremost, get them out of here. That culture is very predatory, price gouging, hyper-capitalism, sneaker bots, and all the things just created a monster. But here's the thing. The brands participated in the shenanigans, making sneakers fake limited. Some of these brands, particularly Nike, they were 100% leveraging the resale market. So blaming resellers is kind of low-hanging fruit. Like, it's true, but there's just a lot more going on. I grew up in the East Bay era. I come from the just for feet era. But like many kids, my parents was not spending $150 on a pair of Jordans. It was not happening. So when I get older and I get a little bit of financial stability, naturally, they're gonna buy the things that they were not able to afford when they were a kid. So for me, that started with sneakers. 2006, 2007, I got into dunks real heavy. I fell off a little bit and I jumped in about 10 years ago, 2015, 2016, right? So I'm collecting. Before you know it, I pretty much have every sneaker I could possibly want. And then here's where things get interesting, because Jordan Brand starts re-releasing sneakers that they just put out 5, 7, 8 years ago. And I know I'm not alone in this, but I don't get to wear my collection as much as I would like to. So I think what Jordan has done, they have re-released so many classic pairs of sneakers. And folks like myself who had the means, we got them. So now they're about to start re-releasing them again, and we don't need to spend that money again. Like, dog, I have pairs that I haven't even laced up yet. You know what I'm saying? Nike is releasing shoes every Saturday. They have oversaturated the market. They have hiked up the retail price. And so when you have all these pairs that you haven't worn, there's no need to continue collecting. You've collected. And here's the other thing. There was a new generation that got introduced to sneaker culture, and the way that they got introduced was through hype, was through resale. This is all they know. So when the method in which you were introduced to this culture goes away, yeah, you're gonna ask yourself, is it over? Is it dead? Or maybe the way that you were introduced to a thing is dead. But the beautiful thing about it now is that sneakers are sitting. I can walk into a Foot Locker on a Saturday and get the shoe that I really want. And there's another thing, the connection that many of us have, especially my generation, 35 and up, specifically with Jordan Brand. We watched Michael play. We watched him create these moments in real time, and he created these moments wearing these sneakers. And I think one of the things that really ignited that hype again was the Last Dance documentary. We got to relive those moments. Say, oh man, I remember when he wore the Bordeaux 7s, the Chicagos, the 3s, we experienced that in real time. So we have that connection to nostalgia, whereas a lot of these kids aren't connected to Michael Jordan at all. Their connection is, that's the guy that my dad thinks is the GOAT. Or my parents put me in these shoes when I was 7 or 8 years old. So there's a little bit of nostalgia there. But as we get older and time goes by, that connection is less and less. And in turn, every generation builds its own icons. The generation under me, their connection to basketball sneakers is LeBron, Kobe. And the kids now, they wear Ja Morant's, Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? And they're supposed to. That's the point. So truth be told, the thing that we need to be held responsible for is the fact that we engaged in overconsumption and we justified it with nostalgia. And I'm not saying that that's bad, but I am saying there is a such thing as too much of one thing. For many of us, getting the latest sneaker became part of our identity. We felt like we needed to have it simply because Nike made it available. That's not healthy. Because if we're really honest, a lot of this is FOMO disguised as culture. And I always thought about this, when does somebody stop collecting? When do you stop wearing Jordans? As I've gotten older, my style of dress has changed, and nostalgia will always be a part of my sense of style, always. So this is not me saying I'm on my quote unquote grown and sexy, showing my age. So essentially what I'm saying is, for many of us, sneaker culture just matured. And it's okay to let each generation build what's theirs, and we don't necessarily have to keep up with that. You can find your own rhythm, your own routine, and truth be told, that's what you want to do. Your identity does not need to be tied up in overconsumption, and it's really fun to explore what it looks like to age with your passions. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, man, what do y'all think? I would love to know how many pairs you bought this year compared to other years. Do you find yourself consuming more? Are you somebody like me who has been making it a point to wear stuff that you already bought and has just been collecting dust in your closet? What is your relationship with fashion and sneakers today? I would love to know. And again, remember, this is not a place to judge. If you're on the same wavelength, cool. But if not, this is an opportunity to gain some understanding from someone who has a different perspective than you. That's okay. My name is Armond WakeUp. This has been a Kairos Moment centered in model ministry.